there's compelling evidence that the law enforcement response to the attack at Robb Elementary was an abject failure and antithetical to everything we've learned over the last 2 decades since the Columbine massacre.
Welcome back. Well, you just heard it there, abject failure. That is what the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety, Stephen McCraw, called the law enforcement response to the Uvalde shooting that killed 19 children and 2 teachers last month. In testimony before a state Senate committee investigating the shooting, McCraw accused the on-scene commander of placing the lives of officers over the lives of children.
1 hour, 14 minutes and 8 seconds. That's how long the children waited and the teachers waited in rooms 111 to be rescued. And while they waited, the on-scene commander waited for a radio and rifles. Then he waited for shields. Then he waited for SWAT. Lastly, he waited for a key that was never needed.
So difficult to hear that. Joining me now for more on these really tough details is NBC's investigative correspondent Tom Winter. Tom, thanks for being here. What are your key takeaways from McCraw's testimony today? What did we learn? And it seems like every detail that we learn about the law enforcement response is worse than the next.
That's a perfect way to put it, Kristen. And literally every single sentence today contained new information that just made this this whole tragedy somehow worse. We had heard before that they were waiting for some sort of a ballistic shield, something that could take a bullet while they enter the classroom. Well, today we found out for sure that not only did they have a ballistic shield relatively early on into their response, approximately 20-25 minutes into the response, but they ended up getting 4 of them. They had a Halligan tool, which is named after the firefighter in New York that invented it. It's something you or I could put into a door and using the proper force break it open. And then we learned that that wasn't needed at all. Neither were keys needed at all, because according to McCraw, the door likely was never locked in the first place and nobody needed a key to open it. What made it even worse, according to McCraw, is that nobody even checked to see if it was unlocked, that somebody could open it. And from a school safety standpoint, Kristen, and there was a whole lot of discussion about this, the things that were not done to properly prepare this school for seemingly any sort of incident, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety. But that door could only be locked from the outside. So presumably in an active shooter situation, a teacher would have to actually go to the door, lock it from the outside, and then go back in. It was something that really seemed to confound him. One of the things I think was most interesting about this is this transcript does not rely on the sworn statement of any single police officer or member of that school. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, they solely relied on surveillance camera, body-worn camera video. On top of that, the 911 call transcripts, as well as radio communications between officers, although it appears that the school's radio systems, the school police officers' radio systems, excuse me, did not even work inside of the school. So it'll be interesting to see if they even tested that before that fateful day. Like I said, I could go on, but a lot of tough revelations.
They really, really are. Tom, where does the investigation go next?
So the closed-door Texas House investigation is continuing. That was where the police chief of the Uvalde Independent School District testified today. Behind closed doors, no cameras. He did not answer any reporters' questions leaving that today, according to our team on the ground there. So that will continue going forward. There is the district attorney is leading an ongoing investigation. And then, as we've talked about before, Kristen, the Department of Justice's community-oriented policing office will be taking a look at this response as more of an after-action report.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.